You're going to have a bruise on that one, sorry.
That's okay. A battle wound. I made a commitment to post one YouTube video a week for the next 5 years.
Okay. Oh, 5 years. Aim high. Let's go.
Because I'm not expecting results right away, right? In 5 years, something better happened.
Yeah.
So you're featured on one of them.
Okay.
And it's just documenting my journey towards the Ironman because that's what's happening in my life. So I'm doing great. I feel really good. My body feels good.
Okay.
The crunchy ankles that I had last time have gone from, you know what I've been doing actually before running is this whole thing.
Yeah, what we talked about.
Yeah.
Yep.
And which is real good.
Got it.
Volume, though, was light last week.
Okay.
What did I see you 2 weeks ago?
2.
And now it's game time. This week is a start of a 3-week ramp up.
Okay.
So shit's going to get real.
Okay.
It's going to get wild.
Okay. Line your back. Let's check a few things.
Oh, and then the thing that I didn't tell you was I'm having this pain here in my elbow.
Got it.
And it's embarrassing because I think it's from sleeping with the baby. Like this and hyperextending my arm.
Got it.
And the shoulder is a little tight.
Okay. Let's look at a couple things.
I tried to do pull-ups yesterday, and it's like that tender that it's like, ooh.
Tender here?
Right.
Down low.
Low. Or actually, I feel like it's right there.
Gotcha.
There it is. Yeah. Woo, baby.
Yeah. Bend your elbow. Don't let me straighten it. Does that bug you at all?
Mm-mm.
Good. Squeeze my fingers. Does that bug you at all?
No.
Good. Bring your wrist up like that, and don't let me pull down. Does that bug it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, for example, a bicep curl.
Yeah. You're going to have to, there's a couple things. So when you kind of lack this internal rotation like this, a lot of times when we're doing exercises, you sneak and compensate through excessive wrist flexion. So you're kind of overusing this little flexor bundle right here. So imagine if this flexor bundle is already irritated, maybe from some lack of shoulder mobility, and you're cheating a little bit, and then all night long, you're sleeping in a position that just puts it super stressed out. And maybe the baby even like lays on it some, so it's just going to get irritated more.
Okay.
So what we can do, it's kind of twofold. Let's address the injury and like get this to calm down. But the real sweetness of treating this and curing this would be to improve how much internal rotation that you have in your shoulder here, so that when you go into the bottom of a chest press or a push-up or even in your swimming stroke, that you don't have to compensate through excessive shoulder flexion or wrist flexion. So you have that all day. And then you have this all day.
Yeah, that's wild, right?
Yeah. That, I mean, big difference.
Yeah. So now that I've learned how to swim, now I can feel the difference in my stroke. So now I'm sprinting. So the power that I'm putting in, it does feel like
And so when you don't lack all of that clearance for the humerus to kind of spin over in the socket, you're going to have to do extra here. Somebody else has to pick up the slack somewhere.
Totally.
Yeah. So we just want it to be a little more even. Yeah. So let's do that. Let's actually start on your back first.
Okay.
We'll do a little dry needling, kind of this flexor bundle of right here, and then we'll flip over and do the back side of your shoulder.
Cool.
And then get it to move a little better.
Sweet.
Cool. All right.
Sweet. And I'm going to explain what I think dry needling is, and then you can be like, you are so far off. This is my understanding of dry needling.
Okay, go.
It's similar to acupuncture. However, it is there to like make the muscle head bleed. So it sends a healing.
Keep going.
So it sends healing signals towards that area to relax and repair.
Not a, but like a.
So what is dry needling?
Dry needling is like really just looking for that localized change immediately in the tissue. So also when you put the needle in, you do get a rush of blood into the area, and that's what kind of creates that like maybe kind of like calming down or relaxation feeling. but it does stimulate your body's like repair response to the area.
Not too bad. A little bit not.
You're close. You're very close.
Very close.
Yeah. So do me a favor and flex your wrist up and then relax it down. Good.
So I used to come in here only when there was something wrong.
Yeah.
And then I decided when I was training for such a big goal and a long goal, and the key is to stay injury free, is that I come in every 2 weeks, regardless of how I'm feeling.
And we just, tune things up.
We tune things up. We talk about the royal family.
We keep the motor running.
This is true. We take care of my body, tune it up, and we catch up and share fashion ideas.
Yeah, and talk about being a mom.
This is true.
Yeah.
The being a mom thing's always fun.
Super moms.
Yeah, and actually, Jennifer is the reason for the theme, the birthday theme. We chose it for Brixton.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
The wild.
It's Wild 1 for Brixton's first birthday, which is so crazy that it's coming soon.
So we're in.
We're
kind of at the part of the muscle tendon junction here and then into the muscle belly. We'll let those sit for a few moments. I'm not going to put the e-stim on it. We're just kind of tweak with them every once in a while, but we'll just let those sit there.
And I didn't really feel them, which is nice.
Because I'm an angel.
You are an angel. What happens? I was trying to explain this to Preston.
Yeah.
Like when my trap's so tight and they jump and they say get out and they bend the needle.
Yeah. So sometimes for muscles that are like have a trigger point that's like very easily tweaked with the needle, you hit right on the trigger point and it creates this big spasm. And sometimes the spasm is so hard that it actually bends the middle of the needle.
That's incredible. Yeah. It's not something to be proud of, but it's pretty cool.
It's kind of fun.
It's kind of fun, but a massive red flag.
Yeah, it's like,
there's something going on.
I understand why
here.
these need to be released now.
Yeah,
for sure.
How many needles did we do last time when I had them all over my body? That was ridiculous.
I think we had like 30 at once.
That was wild.
Yeah. That was
from my neck, lat, calf muscle to the ankle.
Both calves.
Yeah.
We'll do a little ankle work today after we take care of all this stuff up top.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah, heavy volumes here. So.
And how many days are you swimming?
3 days swimming.
For how long?
An hour and a half to 2 hours.
Okay.
It's a lot of swimming.
That's a lot of water. Yeah. That's a lot of swimming.
Like at least a mile and a half.
Okay. When's your next competition, or what's the next?
September.
Okay. Time.
Yeah.
Okay.
But this next 3 weeks is going to be crazy because I'm leaving for a week. I'm summiting Mount Baker. That's a cool one.
Oh, you told me about this.
Yeah, we're using ice axes. It's going to be real cool with a group of girlfriends. So that happens in July, and because of that, that's like we're in prime time of training now.
Yeah.
So I think I'm like putting the foot on the gas because I'm going to be taking a little bit of time off.
Got it. So I'm just kind of tweaking with these. I just create a little bit of tension on them. I'm not pistoning them or something like that.
So postpartum stuff that I've been feeling that I think is to do with hormones, right? It's like achy joints in my fingers and postpartum regrowth. My hair fell, which is why I always rock this hairstyle now, because otherwise it's like
So we're just going to work on the tissue a little bit. Yeah, it already feels like relaxed at least.
Ooh, what do we got here?
So this is a little Graston tool. So this is, some people, I guess a generic term would be instrument-assisted soft tissue mobilization.
Ooh.
And so I think a good analogy to explain what this does is if I had tangles in my hair, I would brush my hair over and over until my tangles came out. So this doesn't like really break up adhesions or anything like that. It just kind of helps everything be in alignment with each other so it can work together again. You know, when we develop scar tissue and things like that, it kind of lays down in an irregular fashion, regular than like beautiful striations. So
that feels good.
Yeah. And you can go down on it, or you can also go up on it.
Feels crunchy up there.
Yeah, crunchy. When I find like a spot that's super crunchy, I go maybe around 20-ish times over it, and I come off of it and move nearby.
Okay.
There's all sorts of tools out there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
well,
look at this.
Nice.
Way better.
Yes. And when I'm home, should I be doing this stuff to myself?
Yeah, so I would say if you have the Mobility Star, I mean, I'm not exactly sure, but I would say it's kind of similar.
It's very similar, yeah.
You want to always keep it probably has like a double beveled edge. You probably want to keep it at about 45 degrees.
Okay.
That's like probably the safest practice for it. Again, don't just go 1,000 times over one sore spot. Maybe go 20 times and then move to another spot. I always kind of like to stretch it out afterwards.
Cool.
I also think on these kind of elbow-ish injuries, if you did just, circles and circles this way and then straight up and down and then cross friction, just moving the tissue will keep this kind of under control. But really being a stickler about keeping a neutral wrist, especially on things that you can control, like any weight training and stuff like that. Be a stickler for a neutral wrist, and then we're about to work on your internal rotation abilities. Yeah.
Which this issue has been here forever, right?
Exactly,
and that's from the lat minor.
Yeah. So we're going to go, we're going to do a release on the lat, on the teres minor and the infraspinatus, and that will help us go into internal rotation. We'll do a little bit of massaging and stuff like we just did.
Cool.
And then we'll talk about some exercises you can do to make sure it stays open.
Cool.
Yeah.
I've been doing while I'm on the bike because I'm in the drops for hours.
Oh, yeah.
And I've been doing what that thing is like, rounding out and while I'm riding.
Moving your scaps. Good. You can probably keep your head out, I guess. Maybe you can just hug the pillow. You want to do like that? Yeah. And your right arm can lay out like that. Yeah, that'll work.
Cool. So how did you get into dry needling?
PT is like a lifelong learning profession. So, as new things like come available and new techniques and new education, you just, level up your skills, I guess.
Yeah.
Bend your knees.
And you kind of do a lot of different things, right? And make it your own.
Yeah. Come back, come toward me just a little more. Yeah. And let this arm just hang off here. Yeah. Okay, look at this. So if we cup her scap like this, in between our middle finger and thumb, and then go halfway with our pointer finger, I guarantee this will make Hannah yell.
Holy shit.
So that's how you kind of find the spot that we need to go into right here.
That's crazy. Oh, man. That can make me cry.
That holds true, I think, on most people. That's how you find it. Yeah, so again.
If you want to take anyone out, just get right there.
You want to be mean to any of your loved ones and go halfway. Yeah. Right there, Hannah. Yeah, so we're going to go right in here. And I'm just going to create a little tension on that guy. Yep. And then next, there's going to be another place to find it. So here's how to make Hannah yell number 2. So you follow Hannah's spine of her scapula in. And then it ends right there. So we're going to go back in. And right where it starts to curve, there should be, we'll go right-handed. Another one. Oh, yeah. Right there. So we'll go in right here. Go in. There we go. And there's your scapula. Hi.
I didn't feel a thing.
Then
it almost makes the muscle feel heavy.
Yeah, I think because that,
pain.
A lot of people, some people have like a warmth feeling or like a sweaty feeling happen. Yeah, and you can kind of see on Hannah right here, like, see how it kind of grabs a little bit? It tells me there's a lot of like tension around that area.
I did a 20-mile ride this morning. Came here, which I believe this video, you did it last week, the workout. Got my ass whooped. It was the first time I filmed a workout all the way through with no cuts since the baby. And I was like, well, fuck me. I'm not that fit. And now I'm doing this. Got to eat lots of food and then go into the swimming pool. Yeah.
So we got those needles out.
Oh, yeah.
Those are 2 of the rotator cuff muscles. And now I'm going to do a little bit of the instrument-assisted soft tissue.
Oh, yeah.
And then we'll release these lats next.
Mm-hmm. So at the beginning, this is actually interesting, right? When I started to first train, it was postpartum. I haven't been a runner for years. And so when I started to run, I had some major issues. But they weren't like injuries. It was just my body going, what are you doing? I'm not used to this. In my posterior tib. Yeah. So we did a lot of work on that, right? And
you had almost the beginnings of tendinitis.
Yeah.
The way she was kind of striking on the foot. She didn't have great ankle dorsiflexion, eversion. We kind of cleaned that up. We did a lot of loading drills. Yep. A lot of isometric holds.
Yep.
And now you're perfect.
Now I'm perfect. No, far from it. But this is what I love about seeing Jen, is that we don't just do this work. She gives me corrective exercises to do when I leave. And that's the boring shit, to be honest, right? It's the stuff that I don't necessarily want to do. But
everybody wants to come and get worked on.
And then they leave.
But I could work on you forever. And if you never did anything to correct it, then
it's never going to do anything. And it has helped significantly. And I was telling her that in the half Ironman, I never really could feel what people meant by every time you're heel striking, you're turning your brakes on. Yeah. Until you're super tired. Yeah. And efficiency is key. And I could feel the difference. And I was like, I'm so glad that I did all that boring shit because it worked. Yeah. And it made a massive difference.
Okay, I'm going to release the lat now. This might be fun to see because it's probably going to spasm a little. So I'm going to put the needle in. Whoop, there it was. Do you see that? And I'm just going to kind of move it around a little. So grab her lat, put it in. Whoop. Let me have you put your arm right by your body, Hannah.
Like this?
Yeah, like that. You okay like that? Mm-hmm. So also, when Hannah was like blocked here in internal rotation, you can kind of see it creates this compensation where she drives that humerus and scapula like all up and forward, and it impinges on these bicep tendons. So sometimes hers get a little crunchy.
Yeah.
So we'll just give them some love.
Ooh. Hello.
Hello. Hello.
Hello. I've been explaining to Jen that the eating part has been the hardest.
Yeah. You're burning so many calories.
So many. So what's the
so I'm going to distract Hannah's ankles and just like mobilize her ankles a little bit. We'll mobilize the calcaneus, it's the heel bone. Ooh. Just to make sure everything's kind of, I can also kind of get her hip a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
That, and lumbar spine. But I'm going to have her go flex up and down. I'm just going to kind of like glide the talus.
Nice and crunchy. Ahead.
And I'm just pulling on the ankle a little bit to give it a little bit more space. When we work out a couple of those crunchies, just relax for me for a second. And then I'm going to kind of like, mobilize her heel bone. So the belt, I pull back and now I've gapped the joints. And so now there's just a little bit more movement, like area to move in. So I can kind of like manipulate the joints a little more easily.
Cool.
And sometimes with all the mileage you've been running and things like that, you know, maybe the joints are feeling a little compressed and need to decompress. So go up and down. Good. Relax. Circles.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. All right. Now let's look at these psoas muscles. So you always want to think of like your hands as like, this is the tool and this is the pressure. Find your belly button.
Okay.
You're going to come off about an inch and about an inch down from your belly button. And that should be a starting point. And you're going to always travel out toward your hip bone here.
Okay.
Okay, so you can imagine like this line. So most people it's going to fall like somewhere through there. So again, like this is the tool, this is the pressure. So I press in like that. Woo! So you see, I use my right hand to push the tool in. Does that make sense?
Yeah, yeah.
Breathe in.
I lied when I said it wasn't tight. Holy smokes.
Ready? Okay. Breathe in. Blow out. Good. So I just sink down. I'm pressing my right hand kind of into my left. And then I always like to have people bring your knee up to my elbow. And I can feel the psoas like pop right into my fingers.
It's like a guitar string.
And then put the leg right back down. Yep. And then we just hang out here like, you know, half a minute or so.
Oh, yeah. New lady. Ooh.
Yeah.
That feels good.
Cool. Yeah. Yeah. Way better in there. Yeah.
Sweet.
All right. Just,
let's do the weird, crazy exercise. So yeah, with the hips, right?
Yeah. So this would be like a sneaky way to get your psoas to release.
Okay.
Or maybe even prevent your psoas from like continuing to tighten up.
Oh, I like that. I like that. Voila.
Okay. So it's kind of weird. You're going to hang over these guys like this.
Uh-huh.
And I like to get like so far up on my tiptoes, and I am really trying to like bring my knees up and like engage the psoas muscles. Okay? So you might want to stand beside me, Hannah.
Okay.
So I'm really like pulling in, and then I explode out.
Oh, wow. Look at the clench in those cheeks.
So I'm pulling in psoas, and then push out glutes.
Wow.
Try it.
Now I see why I need to be by the side of you.
Trying to pull your knees up to your chest.
Yeah.
And then push glutes. Yeah.
Keep my arms here.
Yeah. You should really feel it like right here, right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then push glutes. Yeah.
Oh, cramp in the toe.
Uh-oh. One more time. Yeah.
Clench them.
Yeah. And now walk around, see what you feel like in your psoas muscles.
Like that.
It's very open, right? Like even mine doing it 2 times, I'm like, oh, okay.
That's wild.
It. Yeah.
I like that a lot.
Okay.
We learned new things. Thank you.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you very much.
Yay.
Always such a pleasure.
Yeah, perfect.
Always. Oh. This is Jen. She's amazing.
Yeah.
She's located in Onnit if you're ever here in Austin. Highly recommend that you get on her schedule because she's a game changer and an amazing friend.
Oh.
And remember this, don't go to someone for help when you're feeling something bad. It doesn't always mean that you do that when you have an injury. Maintenance, if you're working out often and you're taking care of your body, it's more than just the workout. It's this stuff too.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Moving better, longer. Yeah.
Did you hear that? Moving better, longer. I like that.
Okay.
That was solid. Thank you very much.
That was awesome. You're doing great.